everyone. Today we're going to take a look at a realistic SCT-45. This was made in 1988, which kind of surprised me. I thought it was a little newer because this one is all plastic on the back. But then I looked it up, and the SCT-45 is kind of the budget model. This one was only $129.99 new. There was 3 other ones after it. I don't know the numbers right off. I seen they ranged. This one started at $129.99, and then the top tier one was $229.99. And then there was 2 in the middle, with one of them being a single cassette deck. This is the dual cassette deck, automatic stop. It has the soft eject is what they call it, where when you push the stop or eject button, the door opens slowly. Soft eject, so it doesn't rattle the heck out of your tape. Kind of a little dusty here. Let's just kind of get rid of some of the cobwebs so we can see it. Stereo dubbing cassette deck. We got our counter, a reset for our counter. Then you have for your tape decks, you have normal or metal. Tape 1 over here, tape 2, tape select. Dolby NR. Recording level, so you can record. Let's see. 2. You start with your original tape here and record over to tape 2. Oh, okay. This one's kind of a little different. Usually these are number 1 and 2, but this one is from right to left. Playback 1 and record playback 2 is over here. So this will be the main one that was probably always used. Is 1, but most people always use this one. Headphones, microphones for recording, and for your listening pleasure, headphones. Record, synchro dubbing, and line mic. Tape 1, tape 2, and our power. Pretty simple on the front. Both of them have the soft eject. And on the back, there's not a whole heck of a lot going on the back of this. We have our trade name, Realistic SCT-45, catalog number 14-643 cassette deck, custom manufactured in Taiwan for Radio Shack, a division of Tandy Corporation, Fort Worth, Texas 76102. AC 120 and 60 hertz, 13 watts is what the draw is on these, which is pretty decent. And serial number, in case anybody is interested in serial numbers. Okay, connections. 2 RCAs, 2 sets of RCAs. We have our record input and playback. In other words, record input. If you're going to record like off of a turntable, an album, to your cassette deck, you plug in your outputs on your receiver to the inputs on your cassette deck, and then you can record off of your stereo. And then to playback, you have to put your outputs to your inputs. Fun stuff to try and remember. Now this one, we're going to do our normal, which is take the top cover off. There's our simulated faux pas wood. And date code 8A6. And it says this is an 88. So is this 88 6th month or 6th week? Or is it 1988 A being January 6. So whoever can read those date codes, there's one for you to ponder on. All right, and you know the routine. We'll take the top off of it, make sure that there's everything is okay on the inside, that we don't have no big gouges, big burnt marks, or you know somebody's got aluminum foil in one of the fuses or something like that. We'll make sure everything's okay before we hook it up and plug it in. There's no place for this one to vent, so there's probably not going to be anything on the inside. It may even be spotless. But, you know, on these cassette decks, every one of these that we get in and work on, we have to clean the heads, and 9 chances out of 10, we need new belts. That's normally about the only thing that I have found so far, except for gummy switches and stuff like that on the cassette decks. They're normally in pretty good, decent shape on the inside and outside, just that they get cruddy from age and sitting around. This one shouldn't be too bad on the inside because there's no way for anything to get on the inside, so we may get lucky, except for belts. They dry out and get all funky and fall apart, or get all gummy and return back to their former self as tar. Okay, I'm going to get you set up. Looks like we have 2 screws on either side, and we can get the top off of this little guy. So I'm going to get you set up, and we're going to get started on it. Let me get your screen turned around so I can see what the hell you're looking at. Aha! That's better. All right, let's get her opened up and take a peek. I've told you before why I open these up before I plug them in, is because I do not do this just for eBay videos. I do this as retail as well. You know, I know great videos be a great video if I plug it in and we have a big mushroom cloud come up from it and everybody, ooh yeah, but nope, I want to make sure that everything is okay on the inside before we hook it up, because sometimes you could turn it on and ruin something that you cannot fix. Trust me, been there. Okay, there we are. Oh, wunderbar. Okay, let's get you down so you can look on the inside with me. Cool. Look at the switches. They start in the front there and run all the way down to the back. Look at that. Got those big long arms that go all the way down in there. Usually cassette decks, there's not a whole heck of a lot to them, and looks like they've eliminated the fuse. They never, those little Taiwanese never put a fuse in it. Maybe the schematics didn't call for it, so they didn't put one in. Rotten little puke. And here's our record switch way to heck over here. Runs all the way over to our first deck. This is what, when you push record, this is what switches on the record mode. That's why I wasn't, usually they're on the, well, not usually, but I'm used to them being here, as this being deck 2 and the record lever being, you know, kind of like right in the middle, the record switch. But this one, and they have it way over here, and then you can see you have your thin wire runs all all the way over to the deck. It's kind of different. Kind of makes things a little difficult, but that's better. What the heck was that? Was something moving around? Nope. I think that was my button. No, that's the switches. Alright. Let me take a look in here. I don't see much of nothing. 2-belt system. They don't look too bad to change. 2-belt system. We may not even have to, but we will find out when we go to test it out. Everything else looks good. A lot of caps in this one. And it'd be fun to sit down and recap this whole board, wouldn't it? We got our power coming in. Our little, should be our transformer going from AC, stepping it down. That should be, nope, there it is. Right back in there, you can see those 4 diodes. That's the bridge rectifier. That's what turns AC to DC. This transformer is probably a step-down transformer going from 120 to probably like, we'll just say, maybe 24 volt. It's pretty small. It might be 12 volt AC, and then it runs over here, runs through our bridge rectifier, and then changes it over to like 12 DC from like 24, whatever. But anyway, have your AC transformer comes over to the bridge rectifier. That's usually what 4 diodes right in a row in an area. That's a bridge rectifier. And it changes AC to DC. We have some adjustment pots in it. Just SVRs. These ones are not labeled, so we don't know what those ones are for. Could be tape speed. Could be almost anything. You know, if we find that our motors are not turning fast enough, we can kind of, I can probably see if I can find the schematics, and a little whistle there in my talk, and see if any of those 4 might be our motor speed, or we have 2 yellow ones here, it could be, and we have 2 yellow ones up there, it could be. These ones are usually tuning pots for frequency. If your frequency's off, you need an oscilloscope though to really piss with frequency. You know, if your frequency's too high on the tweeter side or mid-range or whatever, you can adjust your frequencies that way. Pretty sure that's what those ones are for. I may be talking out of the wrong end, but hey, what the hell, it's just a video, and we're checking on it and having some fun while we work on this stuff. And if somebody wants to correct me, they're more than welcome to. Okay, like I said, I don't see anything that's going to cause us not to hook it up and plug it in. Looks like we're all pretty good shape. So I'm going to get her hooked up to my stereo, and we are going to plug it in and turn it on. Okay, we got her all hooked up and plugged in. Okay, we do have some lights there. I'm hoping that's just, let's see, metal, normal. We'll keep those on normal. Okay, I got some Gordon, and we will see what happens. Do I have volume turned up? Now I do. not spinning. Trying to. Okay. That one, deck 1, will not play. It will not spin. Let's try deck 2. It'll rewind. It'll fast forward. Let's see if we can make this one. Alright. We know what we have to do. We have to put belts on. Looks like those ones will pull through. We may be able to just pull these decks completely out and service them right out of the console itself. Let me check, see what wires. Now all the wires are soldered in, but I think we can, I still think we can get after them and at least pull them up out and maybe work on them with it upside down or something. Let's get set up and we'll get started in tearing the decks down and seeing what we need to do for belts and clean them up. Okay, let's see if we can at least get this front panel off and laying down so we can get out the screws. And yes, I have it unplugged. Looks like that doesn't sound good. I got a little bracket. I hear a radio. Yeah. Turn my stereo off. Alright, let's see, what's that little bracket? I don't know. There's another one on the other side. Let's leave that one alone in case we don't need to take it off. Maybe we can figure out what the hell's going on there and get it put back on, or maybe that's what holds the front faceplate on. It didn't look like it. I've seen those little brackets. Let's see. Nope. There's that. Yeah, that. Okay, let's try loosening up the circuit board in the front. Let's see if that's what holds it together. There we go. I think there's one more here, and we have to be careful about our rod. It trips our it. Man. Alright. I give up. Because see, I can't get down in here to get these screws out and to work on those on the drives. But there's got to be some way that this face comes off of here. Yeah. Okay. Our feet coming up through the faux pas. Not enough rope on our wires. There, let's see if we can gain some rope. Take him and this one. Let's see what that does for us. What's the easiest side here? Yeah, let's. Come on. I don't want to bend you. It's not plugged in, but that sure sounded like an electrical snap. Didn't it? There we go. That ends easier. And I think we can. Okay, let's flip this over. Oh, that's still doesn't give us enough. It's going to be fun putting that back together. Let's see. Can we gain anything else? Let's free up those wires. We'll free up those ones and those. see we're hitting on these switches, and they don't. I thought those would slide off of there. At least I was hoping they would. Alright, let me see if that's gonna... That may give us enough, just enough room. Just enough room to work. Let me get rid of this bottom panel. I think we're hitting on it. There. That. Come on. Stupid out. Come on, board. Work with me here. There we are. Alright, that gives us enough room now to get in there. Yeah, they didn't make these ones very easy to work on. I mean, you could have got in there and probably fished around and got all those belts done, but I kind of like to be able to see what I'm doing, so we can get everything cleaned up. Alright, now, what do you want to do now? Punt. Drop back 10 yards and punt. Okay, I gotta take a break and get my hands warm, and then we'll probably get back to this tomorrow. I am going to go in the house. It's about 7 o'clock, and I've had about enough of it for today. Okay, it's the next morning. Can you see that okay? Let me back you up just a little bit in case I move around. And now we're gonna see what we can do about getting these drives to work. First thing I'm going to do is take the motor off that drives everything. Drives the deck itself. Looks like there's 2 screws. Little itty bitty ones. One on the side, and looks like there's one right up top here. And now our motor should come off. That's the only 2 I've seen. Yep, there's our little motor, and there's one of the belts. little bit of elasticity left to it. Not much. Let's... Now we can get this other one off. And this should come right up out of there. Unless it has a... That doesn't feel too bad. Yep, it's going to have to come up out of there. Let's see if there's a little clip on it, or if it's just gummy. Yeah, it looks like there's a plastic retainer on it. Let me get the old man light out here and see if I can see it. Because that, we have to pull that up off of there. Because the belt, when you go to put the belt on, there's a little lever over on this side, a little white plastic lever right here that's in the way. Can't get the belt on because of it. Let's... No. That one does not want to come up off of there. Okay, let's see if we can sneak it over top of that. There's a little bit of room. There it is. A little bit of elasticity left in it. Okay, we got those two. Here, I'll... Can see that little... Where you at? There you are. This little white lever right there on top of it. There's just enough room. You can lift this up enough to squeeze the belt over the top of it and get that belt off. And put you back in the stand. So I have both hands to work. Okay, you can see that's glue. When they put the springs on, they glued them down. Everything seems okay. But that doesn't mean that it is. I wanted to pull that completely out. But I don't know if I really want to get into it because we got our door spring. Now it looks like our door spring will stay still. Because all of our gears and that are on the other side, in between the front and the cassette player itself. Let's see, I think this is the slow eject. That we can get him right out of the way. There's a pin that goes through. It's like a little like a little piston. Has like a rubber O-ring on the inside of it, or grease, and when the door opens, it pulls and it moves slow because of air being trapped in here. It's trying to suck air in, and it can only allow so much in, and it slowly opens. You can slow them down a little bit more too, just by putting a little oil on the inside of them. And I think there's just a rubber O-ring on the inside that slowly lets air in. Kind of a neat little design. And this one has the wire retainer on it. Take off our counter belt. Okay, now, will you come up out of there now? Or no? That's what that screw on the underside is what is holding us in. That's the one I took off. That's this little bracket I took off underneath when we were taking it apart, and it did nothing. Well, it helps hold the deck in at the bottom. I don't think you can see what I'm doing, but once I get it stiff little bugger. There we go. That, trying to keep everything kind of lined up. Okay, there's the ground off for the motor. That was on the bottom screw. Now let's see if we can see if this guy will come up out. May have to. There we go. There's our deck assembly. Our belt, counter belt, goes on this reel right here. Now can we? Yep. Here. Now I'm gonna kind of get set up here, and I'm gonna do my normal. I gotta find my shop rags. All right, let's see if we can get this cleaned up and get some of the old grease off of it. And this is just contact cleaner that I'm using. I get this. We have a wholesale auction and I'm registered over there at the wholesale auction. And some guy brings us in every now and then. And I buy it by the case. I like it. It works good. But the only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't evaporate real good. That's play. Okay, that should be good. It takes quite a while for this stuff to evaporate. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But you know, for what I pay for it, I think I end up buying it for like I don't know, $6 or $8 a case, and there's what's in there, about 12 cans or something like that. It's under $1 a can, so it works. I think it is contact cleaner that was tested, and see, we got some crap out of it. They're either overruns or something like that of another of a company. Alright, now I'm gonna blow it out with the compressed air, and then we'll have to let it sit for a little bit and kinda evaporate. Alright, now we got that all cleaned up as far as all of our gears. And now I'm just going to take alcohol on a cotton bud on a stick, and I'm just going to clean up the heads. Which aren't very dirty. Clean off that pinch roller. There. Now I have a little bit of dielectric grease, and I just want to put a little bit here and there. Just in a couple of the spots that move an awful lot. You don't want to gob it. You don't want it getting on your tape then. You can just put it in play and kind of watch where it slides. And then I'm just going to put a little bit on the teeth, and as they spin they will disperse it. And now I have a little bit of light oil that I am going to, got a little too much in there. Now that this pinch roller stem right here, that metal post is what comes down and pinches your tape up against that black roller. I'm going to put a little bit on it. So it'll kind of seep through. All I'm doing is turning that. Okay, now we're ready for some belts. Let's see. That's our two belts there. And the short one goes from, can you see? Let me get you zoomed in a little bit. There we go. Short belt goes from here to there, and that belt goes underneath this one. So, they're not square. So I think I have what we need right here. See, that's the short one. It's a little bit shorter, which that's what we want. A little shorter. The new belts are going to be a little shorter because they're not stretched out. There we are. the hard part is getting it on the pulley underneath. Because that doesn't want to come up. So we have to get it started underneath. I think all you can see is the back of my hand, but I'm sorry. Did I get it? I think I got it fished. There. Yep. Alright, there's one. Now we need this longer one. Let me see, what do I have? That's a definite maybe. Okay, bear with me for a minute. That's too big. That's the same one. Alright, I found one. I'm going to go with that one. Belts. I buy a variety, I guess you want to call them. You can buy a bunch of belts on Amazon. All different, you can buy a pack of a bunch of different sizes. And that's normally what I do, is I just buy and I just keep a whole bunch of them in stock. And there's usually a bunch of different sizes, and there's a lot of sizes that you'll use a lot of. And I got one for our drive too, for our counter. And normally when you buy them, you'll get a bag of them, and it'll be like four of the same size of every belt, which is good, because there's a bunch of them that you'll use all the time. Alright, this one is going to go around the top and our motor. got, I think these are stainless steel screws, because my magnetic screwdriver does not want to pick them up. We'll have that one. And that one. Now we can get our deck set back down in. Okay, let's see, we need our this is the soft eject. Backwards. That goes there. And our soft eject goes up here. Well, fall then. I think I might give a crap. Welcome to the door. That. Oop. Wire tamer. Okay. Get you, pick your head up a little bit. that one. We need our ground for our motor. I like it up here better. There we go. Now will that... Now we have that goofy bracket. Can you even see that? Yeah, kinda. Okay, one done. That's one. And I will do the other one. I'll do the same thing to it as I did to that one. And I'll do that one off camera because it's exactly the same thing as what I just got done doing to this one as I'll do to the other one. To that one. And then we'll be ready to put it back in. So I will get busy and get that done. And okay, I'll do that one and then we'll be ready to try and reassemble this mess. Okay, if any of you are new to the channel, everybody else kind of knows that one of my favorite things to do on these things is to forget to put the counter belt on. Well, I did it again and I put it on. Okay, got that drive service, new belts in it, and now we need to get this thing slid back together and get all of its little switches in their homes, which is going to be kind of fun. Okay, we'll get the bottom started. It's weird, on this one the circuit board is actually the part of the unit itself. It doesn't have a per se bottom in it, and it's more on the lines of the circuit board is what holds it all together. Okay, I think I got it started. Now we need some screws to put in our circuit board. Kind of a chintzy way to do things. I don't think got one screw started, but something is hanging up. Oops. Get off her. There we go. There's one of the microphone jacks. It's holding us out. Like I said, it's kind of a chintzy way to do things, but you know, whatever works. Now we want to, let's give this thing some rigidity. Get the bottom put on it. That'll help kind of hold everything together. Cassette decks aren't the easiest. Some of the cassette decks, or the players themselves, come out pretty easily, and you can work on them fairly easy. Some of them you have to strip down quite a bit just to get to them. You know, I mean, if you wanted to, you could struggle with this one with the belts and try and get in there and get the screws out. But I have found that it's just easier if you can get the deck completely out and get it cleaned up. Now we have to get our record rod hooked back up. Sucker is so thin that you can't keep a hold of it with your fingers. I'm going to struggle with this little rod and get it put into place. Okay, I fought with that and got that put on. The trick was to take it off of the drive and hook it in the switch first, and then you could loop it into the drive itself. And now comes the time that we get to plug it up and see if we made progress with it. Turn that off for right now. Let me turn stereo on. Put that on tape monitor 1 on the stereo. Tape. There we are. What do we got? Okay, folks, there she is. I spared you the cleaning. I figured this one's going to be long enough with everything we had to do to this one. So I figured I'd spare you me cleaning. So, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you on this realistic SCT-45 stereo dubbing cassette deck. This one does not have the auto reverse. That's the only thing I don't like about it. I really like the ones with the auto reverse. So, hey, and don't forget about my Amazon link. If you're going to buy anything on Amazon, click on my link down below and search out what you want to buy. And if you purchase anything off of my link, I get a small tip from Amazon for sending you there to buy. Yeah, I have a video playing in the background. Sorry about that. So, oh, you know what else?
What's happening is
hit the like button. That does not cost you a thing, and that helps out the channel as well. So until next time, see ya.